My name is Ronnie Michael, certified public accountant, and this is the Personal Finance Playbook. Improve your finances, improve your life. The title of today's episode is Don't Be Dumb Money. You Can't Win with Sports Betting. The 1983 movie War Games is about a potential nuclear war between America and the Soviet Union. A young Matthew Broderick, a few years before he became famous for Ferris Bueller, stars as a computer hacker. Now, I'll admit I actually haven't seen the movie, but there's a quote from the final scene that's pretty famous. An American supercomputer has run a bunch of simulations of a possible nuclear war with the hopes of finding the winning strategy. At the end of this process, the supercomputer realizes that mutually assured destruction is inevitable. It remarks, "Strange game. The only winning move is not to play." I can't think of a more appropriate quote that applies to sports betting today. Since being legalized at the federal level in 2018, sports betting is now available in 38 states and Washington, D.C. And out of those 39 jurisdictions, 30 conveniently allow betting from your smartphone. According to the American Gaming Association, there was nearly $150 billion placed on bets in 2024, a 22% increase from the prior year. This resulted in almost $14 billion of revenue for the sports betting industry. For context, here are some other industries that also generate around $14 billion a year: cruise lines, organic foods, and craft beer. Needless to say, but I'll say it anyways, it's almost impossible for a regular person to win at sports betting in any meaningful sense. If you watch sports for any period of time, you know that prognostications of what the score is going to be and what team is going to win are futile. A major part of sports' appeal is that we don't know what's going to happen. Even former coaches and former players who objectively have more expertise on a sport than you or I cannot predict winners over any meaningful stretch of time. If experts can't get it right, what makes you think you can? According to the sports betting website Underdog Chance, around 95% of bettors lose money over time, and only 1 to 3% of bettors make a profit over the long run. Now, you're probably already well aware that it's hard to win at sports betting, but perhaps you think you're an exception, that you have some system or edge that is going to put you over the top. Well, even if we grant you that unlikely scenario, you're going to encounter a major roadblock. Sports books can limit your bets for just about any reason, including if you're too good. Yes, you heard me. If you start winning too many bets, sports books can limit the amount of your bets or just ban you altogether. If you don't believe me, check the terms and conditions of whatever service you signed up for. It's there. And it gets even crazier. If you make a bet that actually loses, but the service senses that you had a great strategy behind the bet, they can still limit you. Basically, if the sports books detect that you have even a modicum of betting skill, they will limit you and prevent you from winning. Can you think of any other game where you can be banned for being too good? Despite everything I've mentioned thus far, the siren song of sports betting has proven impossible to resist for many people. Sportsbooks offer free bet credits to customers when they sign up. They also sometimes offer bet forgiveness, meaning that you can make a bet and if it doesn't win, you'll get your money back. The strategy here is simple. Sportsbooks are trying to get a new customer to score a victory early on, which will get that customer coming back for more. It's impossible to avoid a comparison to a drug dealer trying to get someone hooked. First hit is free. In recent years, DraftKings and FanDuel, the two biggest sports books, have pushed customers to make a certain type of bet called a parlay. A parlay is a combination of multiple bets or legs. As more legs are added to the parlay, the potential payout of the parlay increases significantly. A $20 parlay could potentially lead to winnings of hundreds or even thousands of dollars. This type of bet can be very tempting. If you lose, then you don't really lose that much money. But if you win, you will win a massive multiple of your original bet. The problem that DraftKings and FanDuel hope the bettor doesn't fully understand is that the probability of winning decreases significantly as you add more legs. A parlay is all or nothing. You need to win every single individual leg in order for the bet to pay off. If you lose on a single leg, the entire parlay is a loss. If you have a two-leg parlay where each leg has a 50% chance of winning, your chance of winning the parlay is not 50%, but 25%. Add another leg with the same 50% chance of winning, and your chance of winning the parlay goes down to 13%. Add another, and you're down to 6% chance of winning the bet. People generally don't understand cumulative probability, i.e., the chance of multiple events happening at once, and the sports books are more than happy to take advantage of this. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? If you think you're going to make money from sports betting, you're out of your mind. I'm not saying you shouldn't bet on sports. If you find it enjoyable, then limit yourself to small amounts to bet on and don't ever bet more than you can afford to lose. Personally, I don't see what's enjoyable about losing money. I'd rather spend $20 not on a parlay, but perhaps my favorite takeout joint. At least then I'm getting a guaranteed good return on my money. What do you think? Does this apply to your life? Leave a comment below, and thanks for watching.